Diary log 54. Wednesday, 5:40 p.m. It's 16th of October. Weather 29 degrees. Dear diary. At this point, me going to sleep has apparently became like another type of dream that I need to achieve. Like, literally, I found myself asleep, but then woke up at the same fucking time. Which just, again, barely makes any fucking sense. I mean, come on. So, like, are we going to literally roll out that this kind of fucking medicine is useless? Yes, because, seriously, wow. I don't ever think that I have felt like I'm sleeping. Yet here we are. Oh well, I'm going to the dance therapist today. And I'm telling him to change that fucking medicine into something that is much better. Cause this stupid ass medicine is a complete fucking joke. Unless it's that stupid quote unquote antidepressant medicine. Oh well. Not like I really cared this much. Eventually I just went over to the college once again and almost tripped again, you know? And eventually, yeah, I keep finding out that I keep on missing some things and whatsoever, which is really natural at this point because I was tired and I wasn't able to attend anything. So it's rarely a fucking coincidence. But really not like I give a shit this much. Meanwhile, the day just went on its retarded ass course. Same old retarded course where I just lose focus and keep yawning like crazy. My eyes are tearing up. It's pretty much been self-explanatory at this point. Aside, like nothing has become any different except for the fact that I was speaking, that I was able to speak to a person before a lecture, and then spoke to one of them. And then was able to speak a little bit heart to heart to one of my freaking classmates, which is unironically the best girl in the entire class. And no, I'm not gonna even plan on flirt or do anything, because yeah, one, our country just don't do that, and two, yeah, I don't want to get myself into trouble. So in any case, I'm pretty much been trying to juggle myself between going to the teacher's office and then at the TA's office and so on. But unfortunately I was able to go to one TA, but I mean, hey, I was able to get a tiny bit of a decent provision out of this entire thing, you know? Meanwhile, and a little bit of a fun thing, well, basically, I've been able to, I've talked to that bombshell TA of one of the teachers once, basically for the feedback that I was supposed to be getting on one of the freaking texts we used to work on last 2 weeks ago, you know. And so yeah, these are feedback. Ironically, when I was literally going for one of the other TA's offices and whatsoever, she she was there waiting at a chair at the freaking hallway so waiting at the goddamn hallway at that time at one of the chairs. And while she was politely waving at me, she was acting pretty much a little bit, displeased because she would be like, oh my god, this goddamn dude again. And well, I really can't blame her. I mean, I do look that bad. But anyways, eventually the day has just ended. And, well, more new information about more new goddamn tips on related to the fucking essays that I'm supposed to be doing. And really, I don't know what the fuck am I supposed to do at this point. Nor I really care this much because, yeah, the least that I can do is just, I'm just gonna be okay? Like, I don't even know how and why this entire scene is just legal. You know what's even more ironic? Again, this used to be my favorite faculty to ever go to. And not to mention, I wanted to get into it as fast as possible. And if I were in there really further back in the day, it would have been alright. It would have been somewhat decent, but like, come the fuck on. Searching for info, citing an entire essay, lots of fucking regulations on what to write and what not to write, what to use and what not to use. And it fucking puts me on a goddamn huge writer's block. I mean, come the fuck on, man. Give me a break. I mean, how am I literally supposed to get any of that? And not to mention, this is the first ever time I would ever write an essay on a fucking keyboard. I mean, damn, man. Oh well. Again, I don't really give a fuck this much because, yeah, it is already kind of no use. Like, unless I somehow literally, get some energy to be able to do this kind of thing, it is really Jova for me, Like, all what's left to do is just try to fucking survive. I mean, first I need to fucking sleep. Literally sleep. That's the first thing before anything. Then secondly, I need to be able to fucking focus. Then finally, we can fucking revise and do all of this type of shit without literally going drug mode, because in the face of all of this, I can't really help but thinking of taking fucking drugs, man. And I don't care how hazardous they are, Like, God, how am I supposed to live through that? Guess what? I would literally ask myself this question, and then another self would answer, that's the neat part. You don't Like the Omni-Man and that other dude. One of those memes. Uh, literally, our freaking academic writing teacher today. Like one of them, like one of the classmates were like, "So what are exactly supposed to write?" That's the, and then she would be like, "That's the neat part. You don't." Literally the best meme that you could ever get after the fucking explanation session and all the tips, the do's and don'ts. That's the neat part. You don't. She didn't really say that, but I'm literally making a whole ass meme around about this, you know. and then there's, you know, I can't really help but feel high about all this because really, this fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. Like holy shit. How am I gonna be able to recover from like a 4 or like literally 8 years of laziness into being a fucking functional and an active student? Like, how am I gonna be able to do that? And literally every day is a new fucking task overlapped on every single fucking task that is on top of you. Like, cut me a slack already, man. I mean, come on. I literally need time for myself. Like, for real, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And yeah, just can't get myself into believing that I'm gonna have to get myself up again. Am I that lazy? Well, unfortunately, yeah. Like, I'm like a whole, you know, huge figure of laziness. I mean, in a few months or so, I'm gonna be fat, and I'm gonna be completely sluggish. Not to mention my mind has become like a complete mush, you know. And every muscle that I ever used to have in my entire life, there's even any, and even the necessary ones that in my body are gonna become mush. Like, bruh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead because of this. And really, the fact that this was something like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. But then at the end of the day, that's been my fate, you know. My fate was to be completely wiped out from life by only education. Like, literally, education is the most deadliest weapon. It's the deadliest fucking weapon that is equivalent to a nuke on someone's life. That's equivalent to a fucking genocide and terrorism. Because really, it's just that bad for me. I've had like the worst, nothing but the worst of the worst experiences when it comes to education. Sure, there were days in it where that were decent enough, and some that were downright exceptional. But then, like, at the end of the day, it still fucking sucks, because, once again, it just never ended well for me. And never starts well for me. I'm like, here's the thing. I'm just a guy who used to play video games and used to love it to death, you know. These were like my ultimate guilty pleasure, you know. These were the things that would literally get me away from everything. Literally alternate me from pretty much every other wish, you know. But then by the time, I just kept on getting pushed away from it. Yeah. Bottom line is that I guess I'm fucked. The bottom line is that I'm fucked. Honestly, if there's anything that like hurts like hell, is knowing that something like this is your fate. You literally have to subject to it, you know. It's just downright awful. Like, my studies are just downright completely atrocious, and my educational history is much worse, you know. And still until now, without any friends and without a girlfriend, you know. And I'm fucking 23 years old. And at that time, I was supposed to be fucking graduated. But I'm not graduated. Why? Because everything keeps in the fucking way. Yeah. We live in that time. We live in that time. Oh well. Oh well. The very least that I can do. You know what? I don't think there's a very least, you know. Except for the fact that I can just come over at home and to relax as much as I can before attempting on any goddamn task. Or just completely relax, because that's literally all what I just need to do. Is to relax until I'm ready. But when that time comes, I'm gonna be already overlapped with lots of shit. So we are completely fucked. Seriously, what a joke. What a joke this entire life. Oh. Not like it really matters this much, because again, I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be already dead, you know. The failures are gonna come, and then there will be no more fees to keep me in. So I might be suspended from the fucking university for good. And then suspended from my own house, you know, for good. And I'm gonna be dead as a goddamn hobo on the streets, with nothing to fight for or to live for. Might as well just make that quick by letting myself get bitten by a bunch of dogs, or literally get myself hit by a car, because there is nothing anymore. Literally nothing. Because, really, there is no point in fighting. I'm already dead. The damage has already been done. Like, wow. If if I wasn't able to fix anything during these past few college years, nor even high school, then I will never be able to fix anything during these goddamn new college days, especially in a fucking British university with such a heavily strict ass goddamn system on everything. And I mean everything. I mean, come on. APA style, resource citing, fucking quotation citing, using different formal words instead of using normal regular ass English. I mean, and literally research, fucking research. And not to mention making a reference page. Do I really have to make a fucking reference page? Isn't it enough that we are already writing a huge ass essay with very perfectly selected words, with perfectly selected fucking resources? Like, you don't just get anything from any website. No. You have to select it from a very credible academic resource. Like, bruh. Literally, bruh. But then again, why even bother? Might as well just completely give up on this and get my ass kicked. It is really, really sad, you know? But then again, we're faced, and then again, at this point, I have gave up. I have gave up. I'm just gonna let myself in with my horrible, horrible fate. But hopefully, like, at least at some point, everything just turned around and it could really turn out that I'm actually smart and actually can get through it with at least the passing grades, you know? Hopefully I can be wrong on every single pessimistic bullshit I've ever said. Hopefully I can be wrong. Hopefully I'm actually going to be, you know, hopefully at some point things actually turn around and I can actually, you know, get these different results and eventually get some actual friends and eventually a girlfriend, or at least a potential one. Oh well. We live in a society. No, we live in a time. We live in terrible times. And well, let's fucking hope that this time ends already, because again, I'm done. I'm completely done. And well, I'm gonna end this here. And hopefully we can meet each other at a much better time. Keep me in your prayers. And farewell. And as always, fuck education. I really want to destroy.